PFL Africa. These are my full card predictions and breakdown. On this card, we got a couple decent fights in the co-main event. We got the hyped-up prospect Ditcheva taking on Sumiko Inaba. And then in the main event, we got Johnny Eblen taking on Costello Van Steenis. And then we got some mid to low-level MMA on this card. But I'm excited to break it all down and give you guys my picks. So let's jump into the first fight of the night. So first fight of the night, we got Juliet Ukah taking on Kelly Niedermayr. And I'll tell you guys right off the bat, this is lower level women's MMA for sure. Both of these girls are not too great in my opinion. I think they're both very mid. Both of them not too great. But Juliet Ukah stands in the southpaw stance, likes taking her time on the feet. She's not super active. She doesn't explode on her shots. I would say she's more of a reactive style striker where she's waiting for her opponents to throw at her. She's more of a counter puncher, I would say. She's got decent pop on the feet, decent speed, but I would say I don't know. She's like decent boxing, decent kickboxer. And then on the other side, we got Kaylee Niedermayr, who also on the feet is not that impressive. She's got decent kickboxing, but I don't know. At times, I feel like she looks kind of awkward. I don't think she's that good on the feet. I'd say she's a little slower out of the two. I'm going Juliet Ukah to get it done. I think she's going to be able to beat Kaylee Niedermayr. Kaylee Niedermayr, I've seen her. She's used some decent ground game. She's got decent wrestling, but I don't think she's going to be able to beat Juliet Ukah in this one. I think Ukah's going to be able to stay at range, touch her up from the outside. Because Juliet Ukah, she likes staying like kind of on the back foot, kind of like she likes stalking her opponents, kind of just waiting for the right moments to strike. And then Kaylee Niedermayr, she's going to be trying to come in on Juliet Ukah, maybe use the grappling we could see, but I think Ukah's going to be able to stop the takedowns of Niedermayr and win this fight. The odds on this fight, we got Juliet Ukah sitting at a minus 152 favorite, and Niedermayr is the plus 122 underdog. So both of these girls, not too great. Could be a close fight. But I think Juliet Ukah is going to be the better fighter of the two. So I'm going her to win this fight. I'm going to say by decision. Next fight of the night, we got Abraham Bobley taking on Paul Emmanuel Gnaze. And Abraham Bobley, we just saw him get that split decision loss to Nascimento, where it was a close fight. Abraham Bobley had some success on the feet. He was pushing up Nascimento against the cage, trying to use the wrestling, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough at the end. Paul Emmanuel Gnaze is taking this fight on short notice. Abraham Bobley was originally supposed to be fighting Bader Medakori, but Medakori ended up pulling out, and now Gnaze took the fight on short notice. I think it's only a couple days' notice. I think it was this week. So, Paul Emmanuel Gnaze, 6'4", big dude, decent on the feet, not super impressive. He's coming off a big knockout loss to Adama Diop, where he got chinned in that fight, knocked the hell out. But in this fight, I don't really see how he's a plus 700 favorite. I'm going Bobley to get it done. I think he is going to win. He's probably going to push up Paul Emmanuel up against the cage, use the wrestling, and drown him out. And even on the feet, I think we'll see Bobley cracking up Gnaze. But for this dude to be a plus 700, let's see what the official odds are. Paul Emmanuel is sitting at a plus 725, and Bobley is the minus 1,025 favorite. So Bobley is a huge favorite in this one. I don't really know how the lines are that wide when you got a big dude who's got decent power on the feet, but I see Bobley being able to get it done, so I'm going Bobley to get this one done. I don't even know. I don't know if we'll see a finish from Bobley. Maybe he could crack up Paul Emmanuel on the feet. I don't know. This fight could maybe go to a decision, but I don't know. I'm going Bobley to get it done. Decision. He could finish him too, so Bobley should be able to win this one. Next fight of the night, we got S.Hokonya taking on Franz Mlambo, and I'm going Franz to get this one done. Franz Mlambo, slicker on the feet. I like his kickboxing. He's very quick, throws solid combinations. And Hokonya, Hokonya, he's got decent wrestling. He's all right on the feet. I wouldn't say he's too impressive in my opinion. I see him trying to use his wrestling against Mlambo in this fight because I think Mlambo is going to be way too much for him on the feet. I think he's going to be getting touched up with big shots. I think Mlambo is going to be able to keep at range and crack up Hokonya in this fight. And Hokonya, he'll be trying to use his wrestling, but I think Lambo's takedown defense will be able to hold up. So I'm going Hokonya to get this one done. The odds on this fight, we got Hokonya sitting at a plus 355 underdog, and Mlambo is the minus 455 favorite. I see Mlambo being able to get this one done. I think he's going to be able to touch up Hokonya on the feet, crack him up with some big shots, throw some decent combination, use that speed, and I think he wins this fight. I think we could potentially see a finish. I think I could see Mlambo cracking Hokonya on the feet and putting him down. So I'm going to say a finish for Mlambo. I think he's going to be able to crack Hokonya. Yeah, I'm going to go finish for Mlambo. I think he's going to be able to land some decent shots on Hokonya in this fight. Next fight of the night, we got Abdullah Khan taking on Jofi Houlton. Abdullah Khan, I'll be straight up, I couldn't find too much film on him, but he is a physical specimen, 6'5", big dude. He seems, from what I saw, he's pretty explosive on the feet, throws fast shots. He's got decent power. Jofi Houlton is a decent striker. Nothing impressive in my opinion. I think he's going to sit in there, and I think he's going to get cracked in this fight. I think Abdullah Khan's going to be able to get the KO finish over Jofi Houlton. Abdullah Khan, I think he's explosive. I think he's got power on the feet, and I think he's going to knock out Jofi Houlton in this one. The odds on this fight, we got Khan sitting at a minus 600 favorite, and Jofi Houlton is the plus 425 underdog. I see Abdullah Khan being able to piece up Jofi Houlton on the feet. I think the stand-up's going to be a big difference in this fight, and Abdullah Khan's going to crack up Jofi. So I'm going Abdullah Khan to get this one done by a KO. Next fight of the night, we got Asiyashu Tshitamba taking on Karim Henniene. Tshitamba, he seems to have decent striking, quick on the feet. He had a decent front kick knockout against Adam, I think, against Billy Olstiozun, where he got a cool, sick front kick KO, brutal shot, put him out. But I still don't think he's that great. He's got decent stand-up, but I think in this fight against Karim Henniene, I think Henniene should be able to get it done. I will say Henniene, his striking is okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but I don't think Tshitamba's striking is that well either. I see Henniene, I think his grappling is going to be better than Tshitamba in this fight. I think he's going to be able to push up Tshitamba against the cage. I think he's going to use the wrestling. And I think we could maybe see him tap out or submit Tshitamba in this one. I don't know. Or we'll see him grind out a decision win. I'm going Karim to get it done. I think he is going to be able to do enough to beat Tshitamba in this one. Tshitamba, he's going to be trying to throw quick shots on the feet. But I don't know. I think he leaves his head there to get hit a little bit. And I think Karim is going to be throwing some big overhands, touching him up on the feet. And then we could see even him use his wrestling in this one. The odds on this fight, we got Tshitamba sitting at a plus 270. And Karim Henniene is the minus 345 favorite. I think Karim should be able to get this one done. Up-and-coming fighter. Will I say he's, amazing? No, he's not amazing, but I do think he's better than Tshitamba, and I think he's going to be able to beat him in this one. Next fight of the night, we got J.Ticha Awa taking on Justin Clarke. So right here is some low-level MMA we got. Both of these fighters, not impressive to me in the slightest, honestly. But we got J.Ticha Awa, decent striker, decent on the feet. He likes, I would say he likes counter-punching, waiting for his opponents, then throwing big shots. I'm pretty sure, we've seen him in Power Slap as well. and I think he's 0-1 in power slap. But in this fight, I think we're going to see a lot of, I don't know, potential grinding on the cage. But we could also see some decent back and forth shots on the feet. But from what I saw of Awa, he doesn't throw enough, in my opinion. I'm going Justin Clarke. I think Justin Clarke's a little more ferocious. I think he comes forward a little bit more, and I think he's going to be able to land on J.Ticha Awa in this one. I think he's, I don't know, he comes forward more, and I think Awa's going to get caught when Justin Clarke's coming in. Awa, he's going to be trying to counter his punches, I would say, but I don't know. I think Justin Clarke comes forward, keeps the pressure on his opponents, and I think he's going to be able to squeeze out a win over J.Ticha Awa in this one. Do we see a finish? I feel like there's probably going to be a finish in this fight. So I'm going to go Justin Clarke to get that done. I think he's going to be able to finish J.Ticha Awa. But J.Ticha Awa, he's got decent pop on the feet. He's on a 2-fight win streak. In his last fight, he was able to knock out Yakubov. Yeah. I don't know. I still like Justin Clarke to get it done. I don't know. I think Justin Clarke's got decent striking. I think he's going to be able to come forward on Awa. So I'm going Justin Clarke to get this one done. The odds on this fight, we got Clarke sitting at a -138, and Awa is the +108 underdog. So we got a decently close line there, but I think Justin Clarke should be able to get it done. I don't know. Both of these guys are not that great. But I'm going to lean Justin Clarke. I think he could win this fight. Next fight of the night, we got Shannon Van Tonder taking on Boli Godogo. Shannon, he decent striker. He likes mixing it up on the feet. His ground game, I've seen some holes in his game. He tends to get taken down at times. But I don't know, even on the feet, he throws decent combination. He's quick, but I don't know. His chin, he leaves that chin exposed at times. He stands on the center line. And I don't know. I think Boli Godogo is going to be able to capitalize on that. Godogo has less experience out of the two. Only 3-0. He's got 3 professional fights. But in this fight, I think we're going to be able to see Godogo get it done. I think he's going to be able to use his wrestling in this fight. And I even think on the feet, he's going to be able to stand with Tonder. Tonder does have fast combinations. He's quick on the feet. But I don't know. I've been wanting to go Godogo in this fight. Shannon Van Tonder is not too impressive in my opinion. And I think Godogo is going to be able to, I don't know, I think he's going to be able to sit with him on the feet, and I think he might have the wrestling advantage in this fight. So I'm going to go Godogo to get this one done. I think he's going to be able to win this fight. The odds on this one, we got Godogo sitting at a -120, and Shannon Van Tonder is the -110. So we got an even line on this fight. But I think Godogo should be able to get it done, and I'm hoping he does. So I'm going him to get this one done. I think he probably wins by a decision. So I'm gonna go Boli Godogo to get this one done. I think he's gonna be able to. I think he should win. Yeah, I'm gonna go Godogo. Next fight of the night, we got Maxwell Jantunana taking on Michael Groguhe, and Michael Groguhe. Hopefully, I'm saying the name right. You guys probably saw the viral clip of him getting knocked the fuck out against Islam Masraf, where he was walking towards him. He was like trying to aura farm with his hands low. He's looking at him, and then the guy just brings up a mean head kick, puts him flat out. But since then, he's gone on a 3-fight win streak. In his last fight, he was able to beat Lamine Seen. But in this fight against Maxwell Jantunana, I think he's gonna lose this fight. I'm going Nana to get this one done. I think Nana is a little bit slicker on the feet. I think he's going to be able to touch up Groguhe. Groguhe, he likes coming forward with a very boxer-heavy style. Kind of trying to use like his little shoulder roll. He likes walking his opponents down, throwing some decent combinations. But in this fight against Nana, I think Nana's going to be too much for him. I don't know. I think Nana's going to be able to sit in there with him. And I think Nana I think he's going to be able to get this one done. I don't know if I agree with the odds being this wide, because I do think Groguhe is a solid fighter. Like, I wouldn't say, no, take that back. Not solid, but like decent enough where he's got decent boxing. Maybe his ground game's a little bit lackluster, but he's not that terrible. The odds on this fight, we got Groguhe sitting at a plus 475 underdog, and Maxwell Djantou is the minus 650 favorite. So Nana is a huge favorite in this one, and I do see him being able to beat Michael Groguhe. But to Groguhe's credit, he's got decent stand-up. He's able to sit down. He sits down on his shots, throws some decent power. But I think Nana's a little too athletic, a little too explosive, and I think he's going to be able to touch up Groguhe on the feet. I don't know if we'll see this fight go to the ground too much, but I think Nana should be able to crack him up. Do I see him I don't know if I see him finishing him. So I don't really know which way I'm going. I don't know. It could be, I would say, a finish or even a decision. I don't know. Groguhe's still a tough dude, but Nana should be able to get this one done by decision, or he finishes him. So I'm going Nana to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Kosi Ndebele taking on Muhammad Atef. And this is another one of those fights where the odds are super wide. But I don't necessarily agree with them being that wide. But I'm going with the favorite again in this one. I do think Ndebele's going to be able to get it done. I think he's decently slick on the feet. He's got decent kickboxing, decent grappling. Muhammad Atef tends to be more of a striker. I wouldn't say he's too impressive. He's got all right ground game. But I do think Muhammad loses this fight. I think Kosi Ndebele is going to be able to get it done. I think he's going to be able to crack up Atef on the feet, use that kickboxing, touch him up from range. So I think we should see Ndebele win this fight. The odds, Atef is the plus 750, and Ndebele is the minus 1,050 favorite. But I don't necessarily agree with the odds being that wide. I don't think Atef is that terrible. Like, the level of MMA here, I don't know if we should see that wide of a line. But I don't know. What do I know? But I don't necessarily agree with it. I do think the favorite is gonna win here, but you never know. Atef, I don't know. I'm still going Ndebele. I think he cracks him up on the feet. I think he beats Atef. So I'm going Ndebele by a decision. Next fight of the night, we got Corey Anderson taking on Denis Goltsov. Now we got some decent level MMA. Finally, we're into the decent fights. No low-level bullshit. Corey Anderson, we know Corey Anderson. Wrestler. Likes coming at his opponents, using the wrestling, taking his opponents down, and smothering them. Then Denis Goltsov, I would say he's a striker. He likes staying at range, uses like a solid kickboxing stance. He likes throwing the straight shots, touching up his opponents from the outside. And in this fight, we know what's going to happen. Corey Anderson's going to be trying to come forward, use the takedowns on Goltsov. Goltsov is coming off, he's got that win. He's coming off the win against Popov, where he was able to tap him, or not even tap him out, put him to sleep in that triangle. But Popov did get him down, and I know Popov is a very good wrestler, but Corey Anderson is also a very solid wrestler. And I like Corey Anderson's wrestling. Denis Goltsov, the striking of Goltsov, I like it. I like how he stands. I like how he throws his shots. I like how he moves. And on the feet, I think absolutely Goltsov should be able to crack up Corey Anderson. But I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking Corey Anderson's going to win this fight. And I'm going Corey Anderson to win. I think he's going to be able to use the wrestling. And I don't see him being able to get submitted. I think we're going to see Corey Anderson get the takedown on Denis Goltsov. Goltsov, yeah, he's solid. He's got solid stand-up. But I think in that last fight against Popov, he was able to tap him out. And I don't see Corey Anderson, or not even tap him, put him to sleep. But I don't see Corey Anderson putting himself in that type of position. I don't know what Oleg Popov was thinking. He kind of just gave Goltsov that triangle. And I don't see Corey Anderson just giving giving Goltsov some submission. On the feet, you could say, yeah, Goltsov is going to be able to touch him up. But, like, I don't think it'll be an absolute domination on the feet. I don't think Corey Anderson is that terrible on the feet. Would I say Goltsov's got the slight advantage on the feet? Yeah. Do I think he's got the disadvantage in the grappling? I do. So I think I'm going Corey Anderson to win this fight. I'm going to say he wins the fight by a decision. But I don't know. I think we're going to be able to see Corey Anderson use that wrestling, press Denis Goltsov up against the cage, take him down, and I think we'll see Corey Anderson win this fight. And I don't know. I think he's going to be able to grind out a decision win against Denis Goltsov in this fight. The odds, we got Corey Anderson sitting at a plus 125 underdog, and Denis Goltsov is the minus 155 favorite. So Corey Anderson, slight underdog, but I think he's going to be able to use the wrestling to win this fight. I think he's going to be able to get Denis Goltsov down. Denis Goltsov, a lot of experience, been in the cage a long time. But I don't know. I think in this fight, I think Corey Anderson is going to be able to use the wrestling. So I'm going Corey Anderson to get this fight done. I think he's going to be able to beat Goltsov in this one. Next fight of the night, we got Makasharip Zaynukov taking on Takashi Izumi. And in this fight, I think this is going to be a one-sided domination. I think Zaynukov is going to absolutely destroy Izumi in this fight. I don't think Izumi's on the same level. Zaynukov, good striker. He can mix it up well on the feet, crack him up on the feet, throw big, heavy shots. And then Izumi, he's decent striker. He likes putting pressure up against the cage, using his grappling. But in this fight, I don't think that's going to be enough for Zaynukov, because Zaynukov also has got some scary wrestling. He's good on the ground. He can use his wrestling to dominate his opponents, and he can even sit on the feet and mix it up and crack up his opponents on the feet. And in this fight, I think he's going to do exactly that. I think we're going to see him cracking up Izumi on the feet, using the wrestling, getting him to the ground. I think he dominates him all over. And I'm going Zaynukov to get this one done. I think he's going to crush Izumi in this fight. The odds on this one, we got Zaynukov sitting at a minus 610, and Izumi is the plus 435 underdog. And yeah, Izumi, I think he's got no chance in this fight. I think Zaynukov is going to absolutely destroy him. I think he's going to use the stand-up, use the ground game. I think he's just going to be fucking beating the shit out of him the whole time. Right from the first bell, he's going to be outclassing him on the feet. And then even on the ground, he's going to be able to stop any type of moves and transitions that Izumi's going to try to be doing. I think Zaynukov's going to dominate Izumi in this fight. And I'm going Zaynukov to get this one done. I think he finishes Izumi in this fight. We could see him knock him out. We could see him submit him. I don't know. I'm thinking a finish for Zaynukov in this fight. Next fight of the night, we got A.McKee taking on Ahmed Magomedov. A.McKee, he's coming off that loss against Paul Hughes. Split decision. Paul Hughes, very solid, young, up-and-coming fighter. Good stand-up, decent grappler. A.McKee was able to sit in there decent with him. Ahmed Magomedov is coming off the win against Nathan Kelly, where, if we remember, he got elbowed in that fight and got absolutely wobbled. But after that, we saw him just control Nathan Kelly. Something clicked in his brain. After that elbow where he got dropped, he said, what am I doing trying to just stay on the feet? I'm taking this guy down. Right when he did that, he was able to dominate Nathan Kelly. And then before that, he hadn't fought in 2 years. And he had lost to Henry Corrales. But in this fight, A.McKee, good striker, slick on the feet, decent grappler, decent ground game. He's got wins against decent opposition. Clay Collard. I wouldn't say Clay Collard is that great. I would say he's a journeyman. But I don't know. I've been wanting to go Ahmed Magomedov in this fight. I'm going the guy from Dagestan, Russia. I think he's going to be able to use that wrestling against A.McKee. Yeah, maybe A.McKee is a slight maybe more than a little slight. But A.J. McKee's got the advantage on the feet. But I don't know. That ground game of Ahmed Magomedov, I think we're going to see Magomedov in more of a flow. He had taken a little break, but 5 months ago he got the win over Nathan Kelly. I think he's probably been dialed in, locked in. And I think we're going to see him beat A.J. McKee in this fight. So I'm going Magomedov to get this fight done. I think he's going to be able to take down McKee. I think he's going to be able to drown him out. I think he's going to be able to use that wrestling. And I like Ahmed Magomedov to win this fight. I'm going the man from Dagestan to beat A.J. McKee in this fight. The odds, we got McKee sitting at a minus 265. And Magomedov is the plus 205 underdog. But I don't know. I like Ahmed Magomedov to get this fight done. I think he's going to be able to use the wrestling. A.J. McKee Jr., yeah, he's got solid stand-up, decent on the feet. He likes mixing it up. But I think he's going to get taken down in this fight. I think Magomedov's going to be able to use the wrestling, chain the takedowns together, and I think he wins. So I'm going Magomedov to get this fight done. I'm going to go by a decision because I can see him just grinding out McKee. But I think Magomedov's going to be able to win this fight. Next fight of the night, we're on to the co-main event. We got Ditcheva taking on Sumiko Inaba. Ditcheva, the face of the UFC, face of PFL right now. She's like the golden girl for this league. She's like the one with all the hype. Ditcheva, I'll give her flowers here. Very solid striker, very solid fighter. Very good on the feet, good kickboxing. Can kind of beat up her opponents. Rough on the feet. Like, she's got solid stand-up. Good from range. Good at throwing those teep kicks to the body. And I think she's going to beat up Sumiko Inaba. Inaba, she's decent on the feet. She throws some fast combinations. But, like, when you got a girl like Ditcheva taking on Sumiko Inaba, Inaba's striking isn't that well looking at it side by side. Inaba, though, she does have decent striking, decent speed on her shots, got decent pop. But in this fight, I think she's just going to be totally outclassed. Ditcheva is going to beat her out. We'll probably see an early finish for Ditcheva. So I'm going Ditcheva to get this one done by a finish. The odds on this fight, we got Ditcheva sitting at a minus 4,500. And Sumiko Inaba is the plus 1,600 in this fight. Ditcheva, she's going to destroy Inaba in this fight. Ditcheva with ease. I think she dominates Inaba, and I think she finishes her. So I'm going Ditcheva to get this one done. Now, we're on to the main event. We got Johnny Eblen taking on Costello Van Steenis. Johnny Eblen, reigning Bellator savage, we could say. Costello Van Steenis also was in Bellator. Decent striker. Decent on the feet. He's coming off a big knockout win against Jairo Vitor Dantas. But in this fight, I gotta go Johnny Eblen. Like, again with these odds, I don't necessarily agree with them being this wide though. I think Costello Van Steenis, he's still a solid fighter. He's going to be able to sit in there with Johnny Eblen. But I don't know. I do think Johnny Eblen wins this fight. But I'll say, I think Costello Van Steenis has a shot. Maybe that's a hot take, but I don't know. Johnny Eblen, I think he's going to be able to beat Costello Van Steenis, and I think he's going to be able to touch him up at the feet. I think he's going to be able to mix in the wrestling. But Costello Van Steenis is still solid. Like, he's still got decent striking. Is it going to be as good as Eblen's? I'm going to say no. But do I necessarily agree with these odds? We got Eblen at a minus 510, and Van Steenis is the plus 385. I don't know. I guess it's reasonable. I don't know. Costello Van Steenis, I think, is still a solid fighter. And I think he's going to be able to mix it up with Johnny Eblen on the feet. But I do think he loses the fight. So I'm going Eblen to get it done. I think we're going to see... We'll probably see him mix in the wrestling. Uses striking to set up the takedowns. But I think Johnny Eblen wins this fight. And I'm going to go Johnny Eblen to win this fight by a decision. So those are my full card predictions for PFL Africa. Let me know what you guys think of my picks. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.